Just one superfood to stop weak legs instantly after 60. The results will surprise you. Have you ever felt like your legs aren't as strong as they used to be? Maybe you struggle. Many people over 60 experience weak legs, and it can be frustrating, especially when it starts limiting your independence. But what if I told you there's one simple superfood that could help restore your leg strength? No complicated exercises, no expensive treatments, just one natural ingredient that can make a real difference. Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me, because today we're diving into the surprising power of this superfood and how it can help you regain confidence in your movements. And before we get into it, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt your legs getting weaker as you age? What's been your biggest challenge? Share your experience in the comments. I read every single one of them. Aging brings wisdom, experience, and perspective. But let's be honest, it also brings some frustrating changes in the body. One of the most common complaints among people over 60 is weak legs. At first, it's just a little stiffness in the morning. Then you might notice your legs getting tired faster. Before you know it, simple tasks, like standing up from a chair or climbing the stairs, start feeling like a challenge. The problem is, weak legs don't just make life harder, they also put you at risk. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury for older adults, and when your legs lose strength, your balance suffers. That means something as simple as walking across the room can turn into a dangerous situation. And the worst part? Many people believe this is just a normal part of aging. They think there's nothing they can do about it, so they stop trying. They move less, rest more, and over time, their legs become even weaker. But here's the truth. You are not powerless against this. There is a way to keep your legs strong and stable for years to come, and it starts with something incredibly simple: your diet. In just a moment, I'm going to reveal the superfood that can make a real difference in your leg strength. But first, tell me, have you noticed changes in your leg strength over the years? Have you ever had a moment where you felt unsteady or worried about falling? Let's talk about it in the comments. Meet Richard. He's 74 years old, and for most of his life he was active and independent. He loved gardening, taking long walks, and playing with his grandkids. But a few years ago, he started noticing changes. His legs felt weaker. Getting out of bed in the morning was harder. Walking up the stairs left him out of breath. At first, he ignored it, thinking, well, I guess this is just what happens when you get older. But then, something happened that changed everything. One day, while reaching for a book on a high shelf, Richard lost his balance. He didn't even realize how weak his legs had gotten until that moment. He stumbled, tried to catch himself, but his legs couldn't support him. He fell. Luckily, he wasn't badly hurt, but the experience shook him. He started worrying. What if next time he wasn't so lucky? What if he broke a bone? What if he lost his independence? That's when he decided to take action. He started researching ways to strengthen his legs and came across something surprising: a single superfood that could help rebuild muscle and improve mobility. At first, he was skeptical. Could something so simple really make a difference? But he had nothing to lose, so he gave it a try. And what happened next was incredible. Richard's story teaches us an important lesson. We often accept weakness and loss of mobility as an unavoidable part of aging, but that's not true. Your body is capable of rebuilding strength at any age. The key is knowing what to give it. Before Richard discovered this superfood, he was stuck in a cycle that many older adults fall into. His legs became weaker, which made movement harder. Because movement was harder, he did less of it, and because he did less, his muscles continued to shrink. It's a vicious cycle, but one that can be broken. When he started including this superfood in his diet, things changed. He didn't become a marathon runner overnight, but he noticed small improvements. He had more energy. His legs didn't feel as heavy. Getting up from a chair was easier. And most importantly, his confidence returned. This isn't just about feeling stronger. It's about maintaining your freedom. Because when your legs are strong, you don't have to second-guess yourself every time you take a step. You don't have to fear falling. You can keep doing the things you love, without limitations. And the best part? You can start today. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated routines. You just need one powerful ingredient. Now let's talk about the superfood that made the difference for Richard, and how it can help you too. So what is this incredible superfood that helped Richard regain his strength? It's something natural, widely available, and packed with the exact nutrients your body needs to rebuild muscle and support mobility. The answer? Beets. Yes, that's right, beets. This humble root vegetable might not seem like a miracle food at first glance, but when it comes to improving leg strength and preventing muscle loss, It's one of the most powerful foods you can eat. But why beets? What makes them so effective? It all comes down to one key compound: nitrates. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. This is a game changer for your muscles because nitric oxide helps increase blood flow. Stronger circulation means more oxygen and nutrients get delivered to your muscles, reducing fatigue and improving endurance. Enhance muscle performance. Studies show that nitric oxide boosts the efficiency of your muscles, helping them contract with more power and less effort. Reduce muscle soreness and stiffness. If your legs often feel tight or uncomfortable, beets can help relax your muscles and keep them working smoothly. Support faster recovery. Whether you're walking, climbing stairs, or just getting up from a chair, beets help your muscles recover faster after activity, so you feel less tired. Richard started drinking beet juice every morning and adding roasted beets to his meals a few times a week. Within just a couple of weeks, he noticed a difference. His legs felt lighter. He wasn't as exhausted after a short walk, and most importantly, he no longer lived in fear of falling. Now imagine what this could do for you. Think about the things you love doing but have struggled with because of weak legs. Maybe you want to take longer walks without feeling exhausted. Maybe you want to keep up with your grandkids without worrying about your balance. Maybe you just want to feel confident when you stand up, knowing your legs will support you. The good news: you don't have to wait months or years to see results. Beets work fast. Some studies show that drinking beet juice can improve muscle performance in just a few hours. But before you rush out and buy beets, there are a few things you need to know to get the most benefits. Now that you know beets can help rebuild muscle strength and improve mobility, the next question is, how do you take them the right way? Because while beets are powerful, many people don't see the full benefits simply because they don't consume them correctly. Let's break it down. If you want to see quick results, beet juice is the way to go. Freshly squeezed beet juice provides a concentrated dose of nitrates, allowing your body to absorb them rapidly. Some studies show that drinking 1 glass of beet juice can improve muscle efficiency within hours. But here's the catch: you have to drink it raw. Store-bought beet juice is often pasteurized, which reduces its nitrate content. The best option? Blend fresh beets with a little water or apple juice for a natural, powerful drink. Eat roasted or steamed beets for long-term benefits. While beet juice works fast, whole beets provide long-lasting effects. Roasting or steaming beets helps preserve their nutrients while making them easier to digest. Adding beets to your meals a few times a week can keep your muscles strong and prevent further weakness. Use beet powder for convenience. Don't like the taste of beets? No problem. Beet powder is another great option. It's made from dehydrated beets, so you still get the benefits without the earthy taste. You can mix it into smoothies, yogurt, or even water. Pair beets with the right foods. Beets work even better when combined with other muscle-supporting nutrients. Try eating them with protein sources like eggs, chicken, or fish to help rebuild muscle. Leafy greens like spinach or kale, which also boost nitric oxide levels. Healthy fats like olive oil or nuts, which help your body absorb nutrients more effectively. Even though beets are amazing for muscle strength, there are a few mistakes that can reduce their effectiveness. Cooking them too much. Overcooking beets can destroy their beneficial nitrates. Try to steam or roast them instead of boiling them for long periods. Buying processed beet products. Many canned or packaged beet products contain preservatives and added sugar, which reduce their health benefits. Ignoring hydration. Beets help improve blood flow, but if you're not drinking enough water, your circulation won't improve as much as it should. Stay hydrated to maximize the effects. Now that you know how to consume beets the right way, let's talk about another important factor: the mistakes many people make when trying to improve their leg strength. Because even if you eat beets every day, there are a few things that could be holding you back from getting the results you want. So, you've started eating beets, maybe even drinking beet juice daily, and you're expecting stronger legs. But if you're not seeing results as fast as you hoped, there could be something else holding you back. Many people unknowingly make small mistakes that slow down their progress. Let's go over the biggest ones so you can avoid them. This might sound obvious, but it's one of the most overlooked reasons why leg strength declines with age. Beets give your muscles the nutrients they need, but they still need to be used. If you spend too much time sitting or avoiding movement, your muscles will continue to weaken, no matter how many beets you eat. The solution: make a habit of standing up and moving every hour. Even simple activities like marching in place, stretching, or doing gentle leg lifts can help keep your muscles engaged and prevent further weakness. Beets are powerful, but they work best when combined with other key nutrients. If your diet lacks protein, magnesium, and vitamin D, your muscles won't be able to repair and grow as efficiently. The solution: make sure you're eating enough protein-rich foods like eggs, fish, and beans. Consider getting some sun exposure for vitamin D, or take a supplement if needed. Many people don't drink enough water, and dehydration can actually make your legs feel weaker. Without enough water, your muscles struggle to contract properly, leading to fatigue and stiffness. The solution: aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, and if you're drinking beet juice, pair it with extra water to help your body absorb the nutrients efficiently. Leg strength is important, but so is balance. Many people focus only on muscle building and forget that good balance is what prevents falls. Without it, even strong legs won't help much. The solution: try simple balance exercises like standing on one foot for a few seconds, or walking heel to toe in a straight line. These small movements help train your body to stay stable. One of the biggest mistakes? Expecting instant results and quitting too early. Yes, beets work fast to improve blood flow, but real muscle strength builds over time. If you don't feel a difference immediately, don't get discouraged. Consistency is key. The solution? Stick with it. Keep eating beets, stay active, hydrate well, and pay attention to how your body feels over the next few weeks. The improvements will come. Now let's take a moment to hear another real-life story, this time from someone who thought it was too late to regain strength, but discovered that it's never too late to start. Eleanor was 79 years old and had always been an active woman. She loved going to the market, tending to her garden, and spending weekends at the park with her great-grandchildren. But over the years, something changed. Her legs started feeling heavier. Walking short distances left her feeling drained. Going upstairs, impossible. She found herself avoiding movement because she was afraid of falling. One day, at a family gathering, Eleanor sat quietly while watching her grandchildren run around. She wanted to join them. She used to. But now, just standing up made her feel unstable. That's when she realized her world had gotten smaller. She no longer did the things she loved because of her weak legs. She told herself, "Well, I'm almost 80. This is just part of aging." But then, something unexpected happened. Her daughter had been researching ways to improve leg strength in older adults and came across beets. She read about how beets improve blood flow, reduce muscle fatigue, and even increase endurance in seniors. She convinced Eleanor to try it. At first, Eleanor laughed. "Beets, that's it? That won't help." But she was willing to try anything. So she started drinking a small glass of beet juice every morning and adding roasted beets to her dinner a few times a week. What happened next? Surprised everyone within just 2 weeks, Eleanor noticed a difference. She could stand up from her chair without struggling. Walking felt easier, and for the first time in years, she felt energy in her legs. Encouraged by this, she started doing simple movements every day. Nothing extreme, just a few leg lifts, some balance exercises, and short walks around the house. And the results? Incredible. After a month, she wasn't just walking again. She was back in her garden. She was going upstairs without hesitation, and she was finally playing with her great-grandchildren, instead of just watching from the sidelines. Eleanor had thought it was too late for her, but she was wrong. It is never too late to rebuild your strength, and if she could do it at 79, so can you. Now let's take a moment to reflect on why this is so important. Not just for mobility, but for living a full and independent life. Think about this for a moment. What does having strong legs really mean for you? It's not just about walking better or avoiding falls. It's about keeping the freedom to do the things that make life meaningful. Strong legs mean you can go where you want, when you want. Whether it's visiting family, going for a walk in the park, or simply moving around your home without hesitation, having strength in your legs gives you independence. Stay socially active. When your legs feel weak, you might start saying no to invitations, avoiding outings, and spending more time sitting alone at home. But with strong legs, you can keep enjoying life, seeing friends, and being part of the world. Take care of yourself with confidence. Simple things like cooking, cleaning, or even just standing up from a chair become effortless when your legs are strong. You don't have to rely on others. You stay in control of your own life. Feel younger and more energized. Weak legs can make you feel older than you really are. But when you regain strength, it's like turning back the clock. You feel more alive, more capable, more you. The best part? It's never too late to start. Your muscles are always ready to be strengthened, no matter your age. And as we've seen with Richard and Eleanor, one simple change can make all the difference. Adding beets to your diet, staying active, and avoiding common mistakes can help you regain the strength and confidence you deserve. But before we wrap up, I want to share one last story, another example of how making this small change can completely transform your life. Carlos had always been full of life. In his younger years, he loved dancing, especially with his wife. They would go out every weekend, moving together to the rhythm of their favorite songs. But as the years passed, his legs began to fail him. At first, he ignored the signs. His knees felt stiff in the mornings, but he thought, that's normal, I'm getting older. Then he started feeling off balance when standing up too quickly. Walking for long periods became difficult. He would get tired much faster than before. Then came the moment that changed everything. One night at a family gathering, his wife asked him to dance. It was a simple request, something they had done for decades. But Carlos hesitated. He stood up, took a few steps, and suddenly felt his legs tremble underneath him. He had to sit back down. The room was filled with laughter and music, but all he could hear was his own frustration. He felt defeated. That night, he thought to a few days later, a friend told Carlos about beets. He had read about how they improve blood circulation, increase muscle endurance, and help prevent weakness in the legs. Carlos was skeptical. He had tried different vitamins before, and nothing seemed to work. But his friend insisted, just try it. Give it a few weeks. So Carlos decided to make one small change. Every morning he drank a glass of fresh beet juice. He also started eating roasted beets with his lunch a few times a week. That was the only thing he changed. At first he didn't notice much. But then, after 3 weeks, something incredible happened. One day, while out for a walk, he realized that he wasn't getting tired as quickly. His legs felt lighter. His usual discomfort had started to fade. Encouraged, he added some simple exercises, just standing up and sitting down repeatedly to strengthen his legs. Soon, walking felt easier. Getting up from a chair wasn't a struggle anymore. And then came the real test. At another family gathering, his wife looked at him with that familiar sparkle in her eye. "Dance with me?" she asked. This time, Carlos didn't hesitate. He stood up, took her hand, and moved to the music, without pain, without fear, and without weakness in his legs. It's never too late to take back control. Carlos thought he had lost his strength forever. He thought he would have to give up the things he loved, but he was wrong. With just one small change, adding beets to his diet, he regained his mobility, his confidence, and even his joy for dancing. Now imagine what this could mean for you. You don't have to accept weakness as an inevitable part of aging. Your body is still capable of strength, movement, and independence. All it takes is the right fuel and a little bit of patience. So let me ask you, what's one thing you miss doing because of weak legs? Is it walking without discomfort? Playing with your grandchildren? Feeling steady and confident when you stand up? Whatever it is, know this. It's possible to regain your strength. Carlos did it. Eleanor did it. Richard did it. And so can you. Now, let's wrap this up with a final message of encouragement and an invitation for you to take action today. If you've made it this far, it means you care about your health. You want to stay strong, independent, and full of life because you know that aging doesn't mean giving up on the things you love. We've seen how one simple change, adding beets to your diet, helped Richard, Eleanor, and Carlos regain their leg strength and confidence. And the truth is, it can do the same for you. But here's the thing, nothing changes if you don't take action. So here's my challenge to you. Start today. Go to the store, buy some fresh beets, and try adding them to your meals. Make a simple beet juice in the morning. Roast some beets for dinner. Give your body the nutrients it needs to rebuild your strength. And most importantly, don't stop moving. Take a few extra steps each day. Stand up a little more often. Stretch your legs. Give your muscles a reason to stay strong. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about strong legs. It's about a strong life. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with weak legs? What's been your biggest challenge? And what's one thing you'd love to be able to do again with confidence? Leave a comment below. I read every single one. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend who might need to hear this message. Because no matter your age, your best years aren't behind you. They're still ahead.